My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104. Apparently, that's what Discord wants you to do to verify your ID on their platform now. And people are up in arms about it, okay? And me, being someone who has no business knowledge, I really fail to understand why a company with, I'm sure they have a board of directors, with a board of directors would make a decision that causes such uproar, okay? As someone who is above the age of majority, I will not be affected by this change. And I already know that my face is in every single government facility and documentation, whatever. And I'm not bothered by the fact of knowing that my face is there. However, I'm going to say that apparently, from what I've been seeing online, this is not good for a lot of fan run content. And if I'm not mistaken, what Discord is doing is that now you have to, as I said in the intro, you have to pretty much give away a lot of your identification to have your age verified. For a lot of users, I guess that could be problematic. And what I first thought when I first saw this change that's being implemented on the news and all that, the internet news, okay, not mainstream, is that apparently it was just so that accounts that are under 18 cannot be in NSFW servers. And me, being someone who has zero experience in this, that sounds okay to me, genuinely, right? If you are not over the age of 18 and you're looking at there's a good word that I'm looking for, maybe bureaucratical, infrastructural process where you have to be 18 to be in here, by rules of the company, Discord, then sure, that makes sense to me. But it goes a little deeper than that. What I've been seeing is that every single account is treated as an under 18 account, and you literally need to show your ID. One thing that I've heard. And of course, showing your government ID to a social media company just isn't really fun. Okay, I could understand using a government service like, student loan applications and stuff, sending your ID. That's fine. I'm sure it's decently secured. But if I'm not mistaken, Discord has been breached a number of times. And I don't really see what many hackers would do with IDs. But I can definitely understand why people would not rest easy knowing the fact that their ID could be, yanked out. So I'm trying to approach this as someone who, unfortunately, is not affected by this whole under 18 stuff. And, I have zero effect in it. I have my Discord server, which is great. You should join if you have not joined. If you want, okay? But, in that server, it'd be kind of sad if some people are literally 17 years old, just under the age verification. Now they can't talk and they can't know when I'm streaming because of my little announcements, right? What I believe is that, how movie ratings work? It goes mature, 17 plus, I think, or is that video games? That's video games. Dumbass. My bad. Notice the keyword mature, all right? When it comes to indulging in content, you can have parental supervision for a bad movie. And if your parents are yeah, this movie's fine when it's 18 plus, but you're 12, I mean, if your parents say so, then sure, that's up to your parents if it's bad. And the keyword of maturity when it comes to online content is important. But for me personally, I can't rest easy knowing that maybe some people who are under 18 are in 18 plus servers, like dating servers. I just don't like that, okay? Personally, I just don't like that fact. And I feel like if that's what the rule was going for, then that's a good goal. But it does not seem to be working well for a lot of fandoms. And I cannot confidently say why, because there's so much nuance, okay? From Discord server to Discord server, there's a lot of different reasons why it's being affected, but the general consensus is that, look, everyone being treated as under 18 or a teenager and needing to send your ID is just kind of problematic, okay? And if you have an account that has a crap ton of work put into it, and you just happen to be under 18, and then now because of this new change, you lose all your progress on whatever Discord server you were creating. You lose all your friends. And the thing is, it's not like you can prepare for it, where it's like, we will be deleting your account in one day, unless that is it. But from what I've seen, your account just gets, boom, gone, all right? Until you verify. So a lot of people might be losing all of their content. And in that manner, I totally understand. Okay, in that manner, absolutely. And another thing that I'm just not the biggest fan of personally is the fact that Face ID is being used into so much nowadays, and I'm just not, I don't know how to feel about that, okay? Once again, I cannot state this enough. If an under 18 user is in an 18 plus space, they could probably be groomed, okay? Discord is so unsafe, and frankly, I literally love using it just for my server, okay? And that's what I want to keep it to. I don't want any bad stuff going on. That's why I literally have just one server. Discord is scary. I've heard people getting doxxed. I've heard people getting scammed. To be fair, I'm just the type of person to not accept any DMs when it comes to that, because I'm just too scared, right? That's what I love keeping it to. But when I hear all this crap going on, and a lot of people are genuinely just looking up online, they're going, hey, Discord alternatives. And, you know, I hate to be kind of devil's advocate here, but like, it's just not going to work, okay? Because companies are huge, and when you have millions of users, unless you do something catastrophically wrong, like literally your servers get burned down, literally burned down, I guarantee no one's going to switch. Sorry, not no one. That's an exaggeration. A hyperbole, if I may. I guarantee that 4 or 5% of people are actually going to switch, but then once they switch, there's not going to be as many people there, and then they might switch back. So, in essence, what I'm trying to say is, like, how did they decide that this was a good idea if they could not know that this was going to happen? If you work at Discord long enough on the board of directors, you should know what your user base is like. And if you could not predict that happening, then, dog, why? Why are you on that board? I guess it pays well, all right? But really, in all, my opinion on the matter is that I believe that moderation should exist, okay? Because it prevents people from getting, you know, taken advantage of, scamming or grooming, and I think that's good. You know, not those two things. Listen to my full sentence, okay? Come on, man. Do not take me out of context, all right? But I think it's good that, you know, you can moderate stuff. And, you know, if that's where Discord kept it, then I think that that's good. And Loki, I thought that's what Discord was doing already. But I guess they want to have whole facial scans and stuff. But anyways, what I want to tell you to do is do your own research, okay? Look into it more than I am, because I am not an avid Discord user. I have my server and I love it that way. That's what I want to keep it to. So, yeah, do your own research. But, dang, if anyone watching this ever becomes a board of directors member, Doug, know your company and know who's using your company's services before making any type of decisions like that. It's just frustrating, man. But there's no way 100% of the users are going to switch. There's no way. I mean, yeah, mathematically, but I cannot see this ruining Discord, because Discord is quite literally a monopoly, a titan of the instant messaging industry, dare I say. Anyways, peace out, guys. Take care, okay? Also, be careful who you message on Discord, okay? Be careful. If I were you, just don't accept DMs, all right? And if you do, then have the thing where you screen it before, and like you can deny or accept, okay? Do not be a discerning consumer, okay? Peace out.